The news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. I am Steve McMurray in for Gary this morning.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we've got a lot to get to this morning, but we want to get a check of that Storm Tracker 2 forecast. And it rained, got a lot of rain yesterday, still a little bit out there right now.
Yeah, it's one of those rain showers where it's going to coat your windshield, light drizzle as you drive in, but it's not really anything notable. And that's going to exit as we head throughout the day today. Let's take a look outside, though, in Cooperstown live view. The road's a bit damp out there, so it's a pretty consistent level of rainfall here across the Mohawk Valley. And as we take a look right now at the conditions around the state, we're seeing temperatures in the 50s and 40s. We're going to warm up a little bit as we head throughout the day today, eventually into the mid-60s. So a little warmer compared to what we saw yesterday, and we might see throughout the remainder of the week this week. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. This is one of those scenarios we can see right here. There's not a whole lot of activity, at least forcing in the atmosphere, but you got that lingering low-level drizzle getting picked up here by those light greens you can see moving throughout the region. So today, we start out with cloud cover and drizzle. This afternoon, still mostly cloudy. We're going to see those clouds slowly exit right around sunset and especially into the overnight hours. And then we're going to be entering a nicer but cooler stretch of weather as we approach the middle of the week. We'll track that and have more on the potential rainfall beyond that heading into this weekend in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The trial of three.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 5:10, and early this morning we have lingering light rain and drizzle mixed in with cloudy skies. So despite us not seeing any notable rainfall, it's still consistent enough to keep those roadways a little damp out there. So this morning, that's pretty much what we'll be dealing with. Maybe using your windshield wipers a little bit early today. Visibility-wise, well, due to the cloud cover we saw overnight, maybe not a whole lot of fog taking place. If it would be taking place, it'd be any higher elevations where those clouds are a little bit lower to the ground. But at least those temperatures this morning in the 50s, that's going to prevent a lot of those very low clouds. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar shows, again, that light rain and drizzle taking place across the region. This will not be an all-day event. The drizzle early today turns to sunshine, but it's going to take a while for that sun to move in. We'll see mostly cloudy skies throughout the day, a glimpse of sunshine before sunset, and then a better shot for sun as we approach the middle of the week. We're going to track those sunshine chances, and on top of that, talk about those temperatures and more in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The nor'easter that brought rain to Austin caused flooding and other storm damage in Long Island. You can see cars driving through some flooded streets. There were also damaged utility poles and wires down from high winds. High tide struck in the late afternoon after much of the storm had already rolled through. And that same storm hit New Jersey over the weekend and caused significant flooding along the coast, with more flooding expected. The National Weather Service's Prediction Center said that the storm is carrying strong onshore winds, high surf, and high astronomical tides. The nor'easter is expected to move out over the Atlantic Ocean by today, leading to much calmer weather. Well, the time now is 5:12.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. We begin today with clouds, drizzle, and even some fog in those higher elevations. You just saw from our tower cam there, low-lying clouds starting to move in. Downtown Utica, you can see that overcast and that light rain encompassing much of our region here. Radar and satellite picking up on that low-level moisture currently taking place all across the region. Now, all of this moisture is just still lingering from the remnants of this nor'easter that impacted the Atlantic coast and brought us rainfall yesterday. Now, as this front will move through from our west. We're going to see conditions dry up a little bit, but we'll talk more about that arriving front here in a couple of minutes. First off, let's talk about some notable dates because, of course, we're entering that time of year. 16 days until Halloween. The countdown begins for Thanksgiving, 43 days away, and 71 days until Christmas. That countdown, the peak of late year countdowns here before we enter the thick of the winter season. When it comes to sunshine, well, not a whole lot is expected today. Generally overcast skies. A few breaks tomorrow, but it's more toward the few breaks, a few clouds section. I'm thinking maybe 50-50 in terms of clouds and sunshine as that moisture slowly exits the area. There's plenty more sunshine expected Thursday and Friday, though, as high pressure and a ridge moves in. But along with that sunshine, we got some cooler temperatures. Thursday and Friday's highs are only in the mid to even in some cases low 50s, depending on elevation. We will warm up a little bit as we progress toward the weekend, but even then, that's right around or at least slightly above average for this time of year. So here's this front I'm mentioning. So the actual front itself is way out here. The clouds are going to exit ahead of that front right here. And that secondary front that moves in, that might bring a brief light sprinkle early Wednesday morning, but that's about it in terms of rainfall for the rest of the week. The Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, Thursday, looking very dry. There's that ridge setting up in place here, almost vertical isotherms right here, which basically means lines of equal temperature. And you see these vertical lines, it means that is a very strong ridge, a direct north wind moving in. So clouds are in place here today, drizzle possible this afternoon, or at least this evening I should say. Things dry up. It's going to be a somewhat cooler day tomorrow, highs in the low to mid 50s. Tomorrow night, frost is possible. Same thing as we head into Thursday night. Frost possible, lows in the low 30s. And then we're going to slowly warm up this weekend into the mid 60s with some more rain chances heading into Sunday and Monday. But for now, we've got just a unsettled morning followed by a cloudy afternoon, but we've got a lot more sunshine on tap later this week.
We will definitely look forward to that, and as we said many times yesterday, we needed some rain, so we'll get,
this helped.
Take the high road, right? Exactly. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, today is Demolition, and good Tuesday morning. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray in for Gary. We're going to start this half hour with a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, and for that, we head over to the Weather Center, meteorologist Eric Gage. And Eric, that rain just won't seem to give up.
Yeah, the rain's still continuing this morning. Well, it is lightening up, but it's just persistent right now. Let's take a look at a live view outside in Cooperstown where the roadways visibly damp, as well as a lot of other locations here across the Mohawk Valley. The current conditions out there, 51 in the Rome region with mostly cloudy skies. Again, these are just individual weather stations. There are patches of drizzle mixing in here and there. As you can see, Syracuse and Watertown reporting those rain showers. And we take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We can see the very, very faint signature of the drizzle taking place across the Mohawk Valley, north and south. And as we head throughout the day, we're going to see those cloudy conditions and drizzly conditions turn to mostly cloudy skies with temperatures peaking in the low to mid 60s. Then closer to sunset, we're going to start to see our first glimpses of sunshine returning, but it might be brief right before sunset takes place. However, we have a better shot for sun as we head into the middle of the week. We'll track those chances, plus the temperatures as we approach the end of the week in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning,
Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli. This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Our photo of the day today takes us to pretty much right here in Utica, staple of the new Harbor Point. A beautiful shot of the sunset taken here in Utica by a frequent submitter, Lazor Photography. Amazing photo right there of the sun setting in the distance. And what we could be seeing tonight, I'm thinking the clouds, if we get the right time frame here, could have those conditions primed for a sunset like this. Even nice sunrise tomorrow. So stay tuned for any updates on that potential beautiful sunset expected later on today. If you have a photo like that, I'd like to share with us, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So today, it starts out with some lingering drizzle. On the radar, it's very difficult to see, but it is present. We'll have a look at when this rainfall ends and what we can expect for the remainder of the week coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Last night, some
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are tracking some drizzle and clouds to start your day today. Not nearly as heavy of rainfall as we saw yesterday, but it's still a bit of a nuisance out there. We take a look at downtown Utica. Reasoning for the word nuisance is one of those days where you get that drizzle. It's not really impacting positively any beneficial rain soaking into the soil. It's just that light mist that's going to coat your windshield. But we did see plenty of beneficial rain yesterday, so that's the good news here. The nor'easter that produced that rainfall is still somewhat falling apart as we look out to the eastern portion of the United States. And as we head throughout the remainder of the week, we're going to see a cold front move in that's going to whisk away all this moisture. We'll take a look at that here in a second. But first, this is the time of year we have some pretty notable dates coming in the short term. 16 days until Halloween, 43 until Thanksgiving, and the ultimate countdown here, 71 days until Christmas. So the countdown is on, and we're going to see these days quickly approach faster than we think they will. This year has already flown by. Who remembers all that snow we were in February and even March, and the rainy May we had? But either way, overcast and drizzly today. Clouds still a little persistent tomorrow, but then sunshine moves in plentifully as we approach Thursday and Friday. Temperature-wise, though, we're going to dip a little bit in the middle of the week into the mid-50s, so cooler than today, and then we're going to rebound into the mid to upper 60s as we approach the weekend. So back to that nor'easter forecast. It's still, again, it's falling apart. It's pushing its way east. Here comes that cold front. We could see some light drizzle early Wednesday morning, in fact, even before sunrise. But then, as that cold front moves through, we're going to see this very strong ridge set up here. See these vertical lines? These are called isotherms. And when you have these almost in a vertical position here, that usually means we're going to see completely dry weather. So, on our Skycast here today, plenty of cloud cover. Temperatures in the 60s. By this evening, right around sunset, we could see some partial clearing in the sky. Then tomorrow, a few wispy clouds start your day after some maybe early morning drizzle. Then by the afternoon, plenty of sun, breezy, and then it's going to cool down quickly overnight. Overnight lows falling into the 30s, potentially frosty in some spots. Lots of sun on Thursday with more frost expected, the higher chance of frost, I should say, heading into Thursday night. Then on Friday, upper 50s, lots of sun, great end of the weekend. Saturday for now looking dry and sunny, with more rain chances arriving heading into the end of the weekend and the start of next week. So we have another stretch of dry weather, potentially some more rainfall on the horizon. Overall, though, we have a little bit of a cooler pattern moving in, feeling a lot more October-like.
Absolutely. Cooler, but pleasant week.
Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the month of October is breast...
With Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Steve McMurray, in for Gary this morning.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we've got a lot to get to this morning, but we want to start with that forecast. And as you said in the open there, some lingering drizzle around.
Yeah, it's that rainfall that's not really producing a whole lot of accumulation, but it's enough to coat the windshield and just be some little bit of a nuisance out there today. Yeah. But let's take a look at what's going on outside. First off, a live view in Oneonta. It looks a little damp out there this morning. We have conditions on the rainy side here early today. And again, rainy being somewhat relative. It's drizzly out, it's damp out. We're in the 50s and 40s this morning, so it's not that cool out, at least compared to what we saw with those frosty mornings last week. But either way, clouds, drizzle, the story for today. The radar picking up on that lingering low-level moisture. Not a whole lot of forcing going on right now, just got that moisture hasn't quite exited the area just yet. But As we head throughout the day today, temperatures go from the 50s with drizzle this afternoon, mostly cloudy, drying up a little bit. Highs in the low 60s. As we head into the evening closer to sunset, we could see some glimpses of sunshine right before that sun goes over the horizon. We could be treated to a pretty nice sunset. Again, things have to line up perfectly, though, for that to happen. Then by tonight, it's almost entirely dry, maybe a passing early shower early Wednesday, but then we're going to see a lot more in terms of sunshine. But will that be accompanied by warm weather? Will we see a cool down? We'll have the details on that straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The trial of 3 former corrections officers from the Marcy
Live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 6:10, going on 6:11 this morning, and we begin with a live view of some roadways early today. Despite the rainfall not being very heavy, the roadway is still a bit damp out there early this morning, too. And I'll be talking about this coming up potentially even tomorrow as well. But just a heads up, in the early morning and evening hours, watch out for deer. They are making their moves in a lot of locations, again, due to the changing seasons. This is when they start to begin to become a little more active this time of year. Still, though, temperatures in the 50s and 40s this morning. Visibility, depending on elevation, you got some low-lying clouds out there and some lingering drizzle. Live look at the radar early this morning. Now, heading outside today, we begin with some drizzle and clouds this afternoon. Mostly cloudy, and the drizzle, for the most part, is going to fizzle out. We will be seeing some opportunities for sunshine closer to sunset. A better shot for that, though, later on this week. We'll track that sunshine as well as those temperatures. Have the details on that for the week ahead forecast in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The nor'easter that brought rain to our region caused flooding and storm damage in Long Island. You can see cars driving through flooded streets, and there were also damaged utility poles and wires down from high winds. High tide struck later in the afternoon after much of the storm had rolled through. The storm hit New Jersey over the weekend and caused significant flooding along the coast, with more flooding expected. The National Weather Service's Prediction Center said that the storm is carrying strong onshore winds, high surf, and high astronomical tides. The nor'easter is expected to move eastward out over the Atlantic by today, leading to much calmer weather. Time now is 6:12. A live look at downtown Utica from the Nexus Center. You see traffic picking up and that lingering drizzle, as Eric was talking about. He's back with his full Storm Tracker 2 forecast after this. And more news comes your way next as well. Stay with us.
Storm Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Well, a tower cam can only really see maybe less than a mile ahead of itself, which is why we have a view of our parking lot this morning and a view from downtown Utica where you can see those low-lying clouds barely above the skyscrapers out there, which is preventing, again, that visibility from looking down into the Mohawk Valley. So if you head into higher elevations, you might encounter some of that reduced visibility. But in the lower elevations, it's just damp out there. And this is driven in by the lingering moisture from that nor'easter that impacted the coast pretty significantly. Flooding, strong winds here locally. All it did was produce some beneficial rain. So we got the good part of the system here. But either way, we're still dealing with that lingering drizzle. You can see the leading edge of this initial front that's moving in later on today. We'll track that plus a trailing cold front that'll bring some changes into our weather pattern in the short term. But still, I want to focus on these dates right here. It's that time of year, 16 days until Halloween, 43 days until Thanksgiving, and the ultimate countdown right here, 71 days until Christmas. So before you know it, we're going to enter these seasons here. The leaves are all going to fall, and you might see some of that white stuff falling from the sky closer to the end of the year. So that year just already flown by. But short-term forecast, I'm not seeing any of that. We're seeing even more sunshine by the end of the week. Thursday and Friday, Sunny skies are expected. We just got to get through this cloud cover and damp start to the week we're seeing so far for today, and cloudy skies for much of tomorrow. We do cool down a little bit as we head into Wednesday through Friday. It's a short-term cool down. We're going to progress back up into the 60s again by the coming weekend. So we're going to start to see more of these types of temperatures, a bit less of the 80s and 70s like we were experiencing in early October and late September. So there's that lingering drizzle here across the Northeast. That front moves through. A trailing front arrives Wednesday morning, and that could produce maybe some lingering drizzle. But the back side of that front ushers in a very strong ridge right here. See these vertical lines? That means we have a north wind at play here, and we've got lots of sunshine on tap the rest of the week. So quickly, our skycast shows clouds and drizzle to start. Maybe some sunshine peeking out right around sunset. Then we'll see clouds return again tomorrow. Wispy clouds for the most part, followed by clearing Wednesday night and the potential for frost Wednesday night into Thursday morning, as well as Thursday night into Friday morning. See those frosty chances here. Then we'll slowly warm up as we approach the weekend. 67 the high temperature on Saturday, with some sunshine, rain chances on Sunday. But first, before we get to that, we've got some more October-like weather in the 50s by the middle of the week. So a little bit of a cool down by Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, and the leaves are, there's still some leaves left. They're going to start falling, so some good days to do some yard work. Not too hot and not very wet, so that's it's a bonus there. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, today is demolition. Good morning, and thank you for joining us once again this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray, in for Gary today. We're going to start this half hour with a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, and for that we'll head to the Weather Center, and Eric joins us, and that rain just continuing to hang on into the morning hours.
Yeah, I got lingering drizzle, damp conditions. Rain doesn't want to leave just yet, but we're going to see changes as we head throughout the afternoon. Let's take a look at what's going on outside. A live look in Oneonta, where we have fog trying to form, but I think it's mainly low-lying clouds above actual radiational fog that takes place when, of course, we get those cooler temperatures. But either way, we take a look at the current conditions right now. 51 degrees at Rome, 46 Hamilton, 49 Johnstown, 49 in Watertown with rain showers reported. So you can see the rain is not widespread, but as you drive to work, you might encounter it. Damp conditions, lingering drizzle here and there, temperatures starting out on the mild side relatively, and then as we head throughout the day today, we're going to climb into the 60s. Now, much of this drizzle does end this morning as we progress throughout the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies. Closer to sunset, you see this sunshine moving in here. There's a better shot for a peak of sun right before sunset, so we could see maybe a colorful end of the day today. But we'll stay tuned for that because things have to line up perfectly for that to take place. Then by tonight, mostly quiet, maybe an early morning drizzle tomorrow. But either way, we got some more sunshine in the middle of the week and some cooler temperatures. We're going to talk about those conditions throughout the week coming up in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning.
Welcome back to Sunrise. As we take a look at our photo of the day today, it brings us to Utica. Here's a look at our photo of the day right here, and it's of Harbor Point, a beautiful sunset over the new staple in the Utica community here, taken by Lazor Photography. Now, the reason why I chose this photo here is because later on in the day today, we could have an opportunity to see a sunset like this. We have some clouds exiting, sunshine moving in at the tail end of the day, and some low-lying clouds. It won't be an extremely vibrant sunset, but if we get the right positioning, we could get something like this. So let's hope things line up perfectly tonight. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, or even take a photo like this tonight, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. So today we begin with some lingering drizzle. It's not really getting picked up all too much here on the radar, but it is still present. It's damp, it's cloudy. This afternoon, the drizzle does slowly end, but the cloud cover still remains for the most part. We're going to track, again, when that sunshine moves in, frost potential over the next few days, and how cool we're going to get heading in the middle of the week in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. The Bills headed
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Cloudy skies early today, and even some lingering light drizzle. What's from the remnants of the nor'easter impacting the East Coast yesterday, even into early part of today. Let's take a look at downtown Utica outside right now. Damp roadways out there early this morning, and a look at the radar and satellite. We still have some of that lingering moisture taking place along much of the northeast coast here. Now we have this line of rain. You can see it approaching from the northwest. This right here is a initial frontal boundary moving in. However, we have a trailing cold front still kind of invisible right here. That's going to bring the actual difference in conditions as we approach the middle of the week. We'll get to that here in a second. First, though, let's talk about the most notable events in the next, I would say, 2 or so months right here. 16 days until Halloween, 43 days until Thanksgiving, and most importantly, 71 days until Christmas. So that countdown is already on. Less than a month away till Halloween and under 2 months away until Thanksgiving. We'll, of course, check in on that countdown as we progress toward the events later on this year. So it's going to be overcast for the most part today. A few breaks in the clouds tomorrow, but there's a better shot for sunshine Thursday and Friday. With that sunshine, though, we've got some cooler temperatures in the mid to low 50s Thursday, mid 50s Friday, rebounding, though, into the 60s as we approach the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. The reason for that is, as we take a look here at the bigger picture, there's that initial frontal boundary. Here's this more notable cold front out west. Watch as it whisks away all that moisture, gets pushed out to sea. Maybe a brief sprinkle early Wednesday morning, but then in the wake of that cold front, you can take a look at these lines right here. When you have vertical lines in the pressure gradients right here, this is when you really start to see that dry weather move in. This is a north wind, and of course with that, plenty of sunshine, but also some cooler temperatures on tap. So if you look at our skycast here, clouds initially this morning, maybe some partial clearing right before sunset, and then we'll see clouds moving a little bit tonight, maybe some lingering sprinkles early Wednesday, but then the sun returns yet again for Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Clear skies Wednesday night, lows falling quickly into the 30s. Thursday morning starts out chilly and frosty into the 50s by the afternoon, and then lots of sun turns to clear skies and the potential for widespread frost heading into early Friday morning. 7-day forecast, 57 the high on Friday, a lot more sunshine, and then on Saturday, 67 the high temperature, so even warmer then. Then Sunday and Monday, better shot for rainfall, warming up a little bit there. But either way, for the next few days following this cloudy and drizzly start to the week, we got some sunshine, but cooler temperatures, more October-like as we approach the end of the week.
Yeah, definitely fall is here, right?
Yes.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, the month of October is...
Past this noon, meteorologist Eric Gage joins us, and the clouds hopefully going to be moving out here soon.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point now where all that beneficial rain has ended, and we just got this lingering moisture. That rain is just kind of falling apart. It's a gloomy afternoon for the most part. But we take a look at Oneonta. It's a little damp out there this afternoon, but as we progress throughout the evening, we're going to slowly start to see some of those clouds begin to end. Still, I mean, this is a pretty rare sight here in central New York for the past couple of months. Look at this. Almost every location here in upstate New York reporting some clouds. So still, Mohawk Valley, cloudy, temperatures in the 50s so far today. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We aren't done with any drizzle for the time being. It is mostly dry, but a sprinkle or two can't be ruled out over the next couple of hours. As we progress throughout the evening, closer to sunset, this is our best shot for seeing some clearing before the sun sets. So we could have a very colorful end of the day today if those clouds are in the right position, the sun moves in at the right time. It's one of those scenarios where you have to wait for everything to line up just right. But either way, we will still have some lingering wispy clouds overnight and a better shot for sunshine as we head into the next few days. We'll track that plus frost chances and what we can expect for temperatures and conditions for rainfall the next few days straight ahead. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Plenty of cloud cover this so far on this Tuesday. And as we take a look at the current conditions outside in downtown Utica, overall it's been a pretty damp start to the day today. As we progress throughout the week, though, we're going to see some changes on the way. Still, though, 57 degrees officially at Griffiths and Rome. West wind of 5 miles an hour. Comfortable humidity. Of course, that sunrise getting later and later. Our sunrise shows showing a lack of sunrise, a lot more darkness start your day. But don't worry, daylight saving time will arrive in around a month. So it's a short time coming. Radar and satellite picking up on that cloud cover so far today. We have this initial frontal boundary moving through, a trailing one coming in. As we head again into the rest of the week, we're going to see some changes moving in terms of cloud cover with a few breaks tomorrow. A better shot, though, for sunshine as we head into Thursday and on Friday. But along with that sunshine, those temperatures are going to be on the cooler side Wednesday through Friday in the low 50s. By Saturday and Sunday, warming up again into the upper 60s. So it's going to be not too bad of a stretch heading into the end of the weekend, but potentially some rain chances by Sunday and Monday. Bigger picture shows that pretty much stubborn area of moisture lingering in the northeast. That cold front's going to whisk it away tonight, but in the process, it could fire up a few sprinkles along that leading edge. As we approach tomorrow morning, we're going to see this ridge move in again, high pressure set in, and sunshine arrive again by the end of the week into Thursday. Friday so far looking dry, but our next weather maker will be arriving, as you can see right here, some rain chances out to our west. So stay tuned for updates on that. Today, though, again, it's cloudy, it's damp, maybe a peak of sunshine this evening. We could see a nice sunset, but we have to have the right cloud positioning right here when that happens. Either way, it's going to be mainly quiet tonight. Again, maybe a chance of an isolated sprinkle moving through. Then tomorrow, only warming up into the low 50s following that cold front. Then tomorrow night, with those clear skies, we're falling into the 30s. Lots of sun on Thursday, and again, overnight lows Thursday night back down near freezing. 7-day forecast, plenty of sun on Friday. The weekend, well, we'll closely watch that low pressure system out west. This doesn't appear to be as complicated of a setup as we saw last weekend, which made us question timing, amount of rain for even close to the day of, if not hours in advance. But for now, less stressful, complicated system moving in this weekend. Still, though, the next few days going to be slowly clearing out with more sunshine as we head into the end of the week.
All right, just a quick correction to make. The Mohawk Valley Community Action Agency event that I said was for tonight is actually Monday, this coming Monday, the 20th. So we apologize for that mix-up. Eric, thank you very much.
No problem.
A season storm set to bring the first significant snow of the season to much of the Sierra Nevada mountains and soaking rain to the Northern California foothills and Sacramento Valley. Tori Apodaca reports.
It's great. I love it. It's a very winter wonderland for the fall time of year, so it's cool.
A mid-October snowfall in the Sierra. Just enough at Donner Summit for a snow fight and to catch drivers off guard.
So were you ready for the snow today? Definitely not. You see how I'm dressed?
The snow sticking on the ground in some spots, but the heat in the pavement from the summer months causing a lot of it to melt quickly.
For us, it's a great preparation. Where our trouble spots are going to be this year.
El Dorado County's Department of Transportation director says they spent the last several days clearing out storm drains, setting snow stakes in the higher elevations, and preparing snow plows and loaders. And Caltrans is planning to pause its 3 road projects on I-80 near Colfax, Yuba Pass, and Soda Springs once the winter weather really starts to roll in.
It's fun to play in it, but it's cold.
These two were heading down the mountain after a long weekend in Tahoe.
Didn't think to pack snow boots.
No. I actually was thinking about bringing swimming suits.
Not quite a winter wonderland, but still a taste of winter in the fall.
Hope it keeps up. Hope winter keeps doing its thing.
Good afternoon once again. I'm Ben Kinney, in for Gary this noon.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
While we are looking at that rain moving out, are the clouds doing the same as well?
They're still lingering a little bit, but we're going to see that cloud cover eventually exit by tonight for the most part. Before we get to that forecast, though, I do want to give a shout out to the folks at Madison Oneida BOCES for allowing me to come and present early this morning. What a great group of students there. Got to talk with them a lot. Listen, if there wasn't a time constraint, we'd all be chatting for the next couple of hours too. So a lot of great stories, a lot of great questions, and again, great group of kids there. So shout out to, again, everyone at Madison Oneida BOCES for allowing me to present early today. So when it comes to the notable dates in the near future, 16 days until Halloween, 43 days until Thanksgiving, 71 days until Christmas. So the countdown is on. We're really starting to feel more fall-like weather on the horizon, including today too. It's cloudy, it's damp, overcast, temperatures in the 50s. But as we head into this evening, as you mentioned previously, we're going to see these clouds slowly exit, even a few peaks of sunshine right before sunset. So following that, we're going to see more sunshine later on this week. We'll have the details on that, frost potential, and if any warm-up is on the way, coming up in a few minutes. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. The Boilermaker Charity Bib Program back for 2020.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Lots of cloud cover across the region today. It's been generally overcast and damp, but we will see a different story as we progress throughout the week. A live look at downtown Utica. It is drying up a little bit compared to this morning. Not nearly as much drizzle, but still we have some areas of passing light sprinkles across the region. 57 the temperature officially at Griffiths and Rome. West wind of 5 miles an hour, so comfortable levels of humidity so far with a dew point of 50 degrees. Radar and satellite showing this frontal boundary moving through. This is one of two. This second one, as you can see right here, it's very faint. There's a very narrow cloud signature of it. This is the one that's going to usher in a difference in the weather pattern as we head into the middle of the week. In fact, you can see all this lingering moisture right here and a lack of it behind that frontal boundary. Show you the difference, at least initially. So today, it's been overcast. It's expected to remain overcast for the next few hours. Maybe some partial clearing right around sunset. Tomorrow, we will see some more sunshine, but we have still plenty of wispy clouds to deal with throughout the day. It's going to be more clouds than not, but there will be plenty of sunshine, though, as we turn our attention to Thursday and Friday. The difference, though, is the temperature change. We're in the low 60s this afternoon, but that's really about it. Tomorrow through Friday, we're in the 50s for much of the day, so much of this morning has been that same case. Warming up a little bit as we approach the weekend, but that might be accompanied by some rainfall. We'll talk about that here shortly. Still, though, there's that initial front right here. It's very faint. The secondary one right here is a more notable one with that cloud cover right there. As it moves its way through the northeast, we could see a brief sprinkle Wednesday morning, followed by a ridge taking place here across the northeast. That means sunshine, lots of it. As we see these vertical lines here on that map, basically what that signifies is we're going to be seeing pretty much a north wind. So we have that expected for much of the end of the week. So our skycast today showing plenty of cloud cover, turning to some peaks of sunshine this evening right before sunset. Wispy clouds tonight, otherwise we have some partial clearing taking place here. Temperatures starting out in the 40s, warming up into the 50s by the afternoon. Plenty of sun, but it's a cooler and breezier day. Tomorrow night, frost potential is possible with overnight lows in the 30s. The one thing that might prevent it is that decent wind speed. But either way, Thursday, lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 50s. Thursday night, Better shot for frost with overnight lows in the 30s. Your 7-day forecast, we are in the 50s again Friday, 60s by Saturday. For now, it's looking dry, but as we approach the weekend, we're going to be tracking some rain chances, especially by Sunday and Monday, with some slightly warmer temperatures. But for now, it's looking very fall-like as we approach the middle of the week with highs in the 50s. Ben?
All right, Eric, thank you very much. We're back with news.
This type of day literally defines fall. This is exactly where we typically see the weather. 59 degrees is our average high for the date. And cloudy skies. We get into the cloudy season now. We're going to be seeing a lot more of that here in the upcoming weeks. We do cool off a little bit tonight. The weather will remain dry. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, all is quiet. Our weather headlines, it will cool down. We have a cold front approaching from the west. It doesn't produce much weather tonight, but it does bring a drop in temperature for tomorrow. It also brings a return to sunshine later in the day. It should help clear out some of this low-level cloudiness. But with clear skies ahead also comes the opportunity for frost over the next 2 nights. Not tonight, but tomorrow night as well as Thursday night. We're expecting temperatures to drop into the upper 20s to low 30s. Mostly cloudy skies this evening, temperatures in the 50s. We're tracking cooler weather, but also some pleasant conditions, especially as we look ahead. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, get ready for some awesome chicken.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track cloud cover across central New York. We should get a few breaks in the overcast tonight as some drier air builds in from the west, but clouds today have been pretty stubborn. Temperatures have made it into the upper 50s. It's been a pretty comfortable afternoon despite the lack of sunshine. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, all is quiet across the region. Skies will be clearing out. A cold front rolls in, and that's going to set the stage for frost a couple of nights this week. Tonight, we'll stay away from frost. It'll be pretty chilly, though. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, overnight lows drop into the low 30s to upper 20s. So frost is in the forecast. And I know we had a frost last week. If you've been trying to save your plants, if you've been bringing them inside, trying to extend the growing season, you'll have to do that again tomorrow night and Thursday night. Then we have some warmer weather on the way heading into the weekend. As the fall cleanup commences, as the leaves start coming down, here's some stats to throw at you. Every 360 leaves is the equivalent to about 1 pound. So that does add up, and if you do have to clean up, your best bet is to wait for dry weather because, again, the water, any rainfall like we had last night, it's going to make the leaves heavier to clean up. We do have some drier weather in store over the next couple of days, so if you do have to clean up the yard, later this week would be better. We'll get a chance to dry out. Temperatures in the upper 50s this evening. West Berlin 59, Little Falls 60 across southern valleys. Despite the cloud cover, temperatures have made it into the 50s. Cooperstown 54, 55 degrees in Norwich, and Oneonta with 52. The back edge of the cloud cover is just to the west. So again, we should clear out this evening, if not tonight, as this area of low pressure continues to move to the east. We have a cold front dropping in from the north, and again, that's going to cool us off and dry us out tonight. Overnight lows will drop down into the mid-40s overnight. Tomorrow, clouds in the morning give way to sunshine in the afternoon. It looks cooler than today. Despite the sunshine, temperatures climb into the low to mid-50s. Mostly clear skies tomorrow night. Temperatures drop into the low 30s. Frost is expected Thursday morning. Sunshine Thursday afternoon. Pleasant. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 41. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the mid-50s. Bit of a breeze in the afternoon. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A couple of nice days ahead. Sunshine Thursday and Friday. Looks like yet another nice night for high school football. Haven't had any rain on any of these Fridays. Hopefully that continues. Mostly cloudy over the weekend. Temperatures do warm up. We'll be in the upper 60s by Sunday, which is pretty warm for the back end of October. Rain returns late Sunday into early Monday.
All right, Bill, thank you. Grammy Award-winning R&B singer
Get back over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Another find from Delta?
Yeah, check this out. This is from Tom Horman. Folks are still pulling things out of the Delta Lake as the water levels continue to go down. You can see in this picture some very interesting things, including a pair of sunglasses, very dirty pair of sunglasses, and a boat propeller. Again, the water levels will continue to go down here over the next couple of days and about another week or so, because we're looking at generally dry weather. We did get some rain yesterday, which does help, but it's not going to put a huge dent in the dry weather that we've been having since July 1st. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet. It's been a cloudy day. Those clouds very stubborn. We're looking at some cooler weather tomorrow. Skies do clear out, and it's going to set the stage for some chilly nights. Temperatures will be in the 50s over the next 3 days, but we do warm up. Temperatures into the mid to upper 60s here heading into the weekend. If you're taking the dog out for a walk this evening, just keep in mind the sunset nowadays is about 6:15. Temperatures will be in the 50s this evening. Tonight's feature pet, Leo from Utica. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Riverdance is coming to the Stanley.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track cloudy skies, but we're getting some breaks in the overcast just to the west, and that should lead to a glimmer of sunshine before it sets this evening, at least for areas from Utica westward. This is a live look in Oneonta, temperature of 52 degrees. And again, it's just been a generally cloudy day, but it's been dry. A few sprinkles very early this morning, but again, most of the day has been pretty quiet. We are getting into that time of the year where the clouds will be winning the battle. We get a lot more cloudy days like this heading into the fall, just due to the changing conditions in the environment. As we get that cool weather, it tends to set off lake effect clouds, and the lower sun angle doesn't help either. Usually the sun can break through some of this low-level cloudiness, but it's getting lower. It's also getting, the days are also getting shorter. Tonight's sunset 6:19, a week from now 6:08. 2 months from now, it's some of the earliest of the whole year. In early December, we have our earliest sunset. That takes place the first week of December at 4:25. So actually by December 14th, we're 1 minute beyond that. And that has to do with something called the equation of time. And we'll get into that as we get into the month of December. With the longer nights ahead, that also gives us a few opportunities that we might not get if we had really long days, and that would be the northern lights. Thursday night, there is projected to be a geomagnetic storm. It's not a big one, but it could be enough to allow us with a camera that can take night photos to be able to see this. The chances there, it's not a big one, but we'll keep you posted. If this does get bigger, or if there's a better opportunity, we will certainly pass that along. Skywatchers checking in. Bob and Clinton 59, Whitesboro 61, Mike in New Hartford 58. Jeff in Mohawk 57, Skinnevis 57, Worcester 55, Paints Hollow Frank 53, Edmonston 55. Cloudy skies across central New York, but notice the last couple of images, we are starting to clear out. So if we don't do that this evening, we will tonight. There is a cold front that's going to drop in from the north, and that's going to bring us some cooler weather as we get into the middle of the week. Stern Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. That cold front rolls through. It doesn't produce much weather. Maybe just a line of clouds and a possible sprinkle. That would be the most it would do. It does bring cooler weather. Temperatures start out in the upper 40s tomorrow morning. A mix of sunshine and clouds is expected throughout the day tomorrow. Breezy conditions, temperatures in the 50s. Tomorrow night, skies look mostly clear. It's going to allow for temperatures to fall into the low 30s. Frost Thursday morning. Sunshine is expected Thursday afternoon. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Another chance for frost Thursday night. Partly cloudy tonight, low 41. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds. Cooler than today, a high of 56. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Dry, sunny days ahead. The weather turns cloudy and warmer over the weekend with highs in the 60s. Rain returns late Sunday night, and into early Monday. We'll be right back.
At 6, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Pretty quiet day today. The clouds very stubborn. Our current temperature, 60 degrees, is a very common temperature for this time of the year. That's right where we typically are. We've got calm winds and skies are gradually clearing out. We might be able to catch a brief glimpse of the sun before it sets here in a few minutes. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We're watching a cold front that drops in from the north tonight. It doesn't produce much weather, but it does produce a drop in temperature. It's also going to help clear out clouds, bringing us sunshine tomorrow, along with clear skies. And those clear skies will produce some cold nights ahead. It looks like tomorrow night and Thursday night, temperatures could get pretty close to freezing. So frost is in the forecast for later this week. Mostly cloudy skies this evening, temperatures in the 50s. We're tracking generally pleasant weather ahead, and I'll also take a look at when rain returns. Look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Happening tomorrow, a water line.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
What a beautiful shot from our Cat B Tower Cam. You can see that sliver of clear skies to the west, just enough to bring the sun out. Here's another view in downtown Utica. This should turn into a beautiful sunset in a few moments here as that sun gets lower. And even after it sets, it should dance, the light should dance across the lower parts of these clouds, and it should really light up the sky here. So good photo opportunity in the next few moments if you have a good view to the west over the next couple of minutes. A live look at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's quiet, been quite a cloudy day today, but again, skies are clearing out. Cold front's moving in from the north, and that's going to set the stage for cooler weather. Cold enough for frost, not tonight, but tomorrow night, as well as Thursday night. Temperatures will drop into the upper 20s to low 30s. As the fall cleanup commences, as the leaves come down, here's some stats to throw at you. 360 dry leaves is about a pound. So if you do the math, the average tree produces hundreds of pounds of leaves, and those leaves could be even heavier when wet. So if you're looking to clean up the leaves over the next couple of days after yesterday's rain, we do have some dry weather here. The weather does look favorable towards the end of the week. With our sunsets getting earlier, it gives us more opportunity to look at the nighttime sky. We have a chance to see the northern lights on Thursday. It's not a big opportunity, but it's there. There's supposed to be a minor geomagnetic storm, which could cause the lights to show up just after sunset Thursday evening. We'll keep you posted on this. At this point, it looks like it'll be more favorable to use a camera to capture the light. But you never know with these things. Sometimes there's surprises. Clinton, 59 degrees. Barneveld, 56. Curtis, 54. Jeff and Mohawk, 57. Westford, 52 degrees. Temperatures tonight will drop down into the 40s. A cold front drops in from the northwest, and that is going to set the stage for a stretch of dry and generally sunny weather. Tonight, skies clear out. Overnight lows drop down into the 40s. A mix of sunshine and clouds tomorrow. Temperatures climbing to the mid-50s, a cooler day compared to today, despite the sunshine. Bit of a breeze in the afternoon. Clear skies tomorrow night. We're down into the low 30s. And then we're expecting plenty of sunshine for Thursday. Temperatures in the low 50s. Partly cloudy tonight, low 41. Tomorrow, we're looking at a mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Thursday and Friday, temperatures in the mid-50s. Warmer weather over the weekend. Cloudy Saturday, close to 70 Sunday. Showers here. I'm really distracted by what's behind you.
That is amazing.
That is really turning out to be a pretty sunset this evening.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill.
Like an August sunset.
A first look at the forecast.
I'm coming.
Bill Curtis, making it. Where did you get this?
This picture was sent to me by...
Is that an albino deer?
It's a white deer.
Maybe not albino, but white?
Well, yeah, but there's a discussion going on in Facebook about this. Some people are saying yes, but they know more about it than I do. So I'm going to defer to the masses here. I'm going to call it a white deer.
Yep.
This picture from Joseph in Frankfurt. So this was taken locally. Pretty interesting to see, and I figure this is where we'll start tonight. The weather is looking pretty quiet. Looking at the live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, things look dry. Temperature-wise, 50 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Skies are slowly starting to clear out from the west, and we should see temperatures drop into the low 40s tonight. A couple of cool days ahead as a cold front arrives. We're in the 50s Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We've got some cold weather at night. A couple of nights where we'll be below freezing, especially tomorrow night and Thursday night. And then heading into the weekend, things do look to warm up. Tonight, going to bed, might need the heat. Overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. We are tracking some cooler days ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The defense rest.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. We've been seeing a decrease in cloud cover, and we'll be able to clear out as we head into tonight, and it will be a chilly night. But I want to turn your attention to tomorrow night and Thursday night. We've got a couple of colder nights ahead and some frost chances. We're down about 30 degrees tomorrow night and then into the upper 20s Thursday night. I think we'll have more of a widespread freeze, and then temperatures start to warm up heading into the weekend. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar is quiet. Sunset times continue to get earlier and earlier. Tonight it was 6:19. A week from now 6:08. A month from now 4:37, and then 2 months from now 4:26. These longer nights will give us a couple of opportunities to check out the night sky, and maybe you see the northern lights here on Thursday night. There is a minor geomagnetic storm forecasted, which, if this comes together, could be seen with a camera in our area. We'll keep you posted with how this plays out. Again, a camera to enhance the light. It's just something that you may need, because sometimes you can't see it very well with the naked eye. Again, we'll continue to keep you posted. If you're cleaning up the yard, if you've got yard work to do, cleaning up the leaves, here's something to one of those stats kind of blows your mind. 360 leaves equals 1 pound, so your typical tree produces 550 pounds of leaves. Doesn't that make you sore thinking about it? And then it gets worse. When it's wet, this can be 4 times heavier, which is really crazy to think about. So let the leaves dry out over the next couple of days. And then if you want to tackle the job, you'll have a better opportunity. Lighter leaves here as we head into the end of the week. Bigger picture shows high pressure building in from the north, and we're looking at clear skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. Tomorrow, looking at partly sunny skies. Temperatures climb into the mid 50s. Tomorrow night, skies look clear. We're down into the 30s. Widespread frost, and lots of sunshine is expected on Thursday with high temperatures in the 50s. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 41. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the mid-50s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A couple of dry days ahead, a couple of chilly nights ahead. Then down to 30 tomorrow night, 28 Thursday night. Friday looks dry. We do warm up. We're into the 60s Saturday, cloudy, rain showers Sunday, almost 70 with a strong cold front arriving Sunday night. Don't be so impressed.
You're bumming me out with the leaf story.
I know, isn't it depressing?
That's a lot of leaves.
Just get the leaf blower.
There you go.
Blow it away.
Blow them away. All right, thanks, Bill. Coming up next, the Chief Meteorologist, Bill Curtis. Okay, you get some cool social media pictures, but a white deer?
A white deer, yeah. This was sent in from Joseph in Frankfurt, and there's a discussion as to what type of deer this is. A white deer for now. I'll let the experts.
We like a good, hearty discussion.
I'll let the experts on Facebook figure it out.
Yes, absolutely.
For now, it's a pretty cool sight. It is something that was spotted recently, and apparently it's not the only one. You can go check out my Facebook page for more of those white deer sightings across central New York. The weather looks pretty quiet. Tonight, temperatures are cooling off. A cold front is moving through. It was very cloudy today, but skies are starting to clear out. And we're looking at dry weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Current temperature 49 degrees. Winds are calm, and again, skies are starting to clear out. We'll drop down into the low 40s tonight. A couple of cool days ahead, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Overnight lows will be below freezing, so a couple of frosty nights ahead. Warmer weather is expected heading into the weekend. Tonight, good night for the heat, maybe. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 30s to low 40s. Again, tracking some sunshine tomorrow and beyond. Look at your forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The defense rested today without calling.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It is pretty quiet out there tonight. We've seen lots of clouds today, but they have finally started to clear out. And the stage is set for a couple of chilly nights ahead. We've got frost in the forecast for tomorrow night and Thursday night. Overnight lows drop to near 30 tomorrow night, and we're down into the upper 20s on Thursday. So if you have any plants that you want to continue to bring inside to keep the growing season going, you would have to do that 2 nights this week. Otherwise, well, for many of us, the growing season has been long gone, especially after the cold weather we had last week. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things look pretty quiet. Sunset times continue to change dramatically here over the next couple of weeks. Tonight's sunset 6:19, a week from now 6:08, a month from now 4:37, and 2 months from now 4:26. The longer nights allow us to have opportunities like this. We may have a chance to see the northern lights on Thursday night. There's a geomagnetic storm. It's something that creates the northern lights. It's expected to be relatively minor, but it might be enough to be visible, especially if you're using a camera. That can also help enhance the light. Should this come together, we'll update you tomorrow as well as Thursday night if we do get any activity. As we go forward, as the leaves come down, here's something to think about. Those leaves, well, they can really add up. 360 dry leaves is roughly 1 pound. So your average tree drops hundreds of pounds worth of leaves. My back is hurting thinking about that. So look at the bigger picture. We've got high pressure building in from the north, and then that will allow us to be on the dry side for the next couple of days. Tonight, we're looking at overnight lows in the low 40s. Tomorrow, mix of sunshine and clouds. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Looks like a beautiful afternoon, breezy conditions. Tomorrow night, clear skies. Overnight lows fall to freezing. So frost to start Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures climb into the mid-50s. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 41. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and clouds, a high of 56. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Thursday, Friday, temperatures in the mid-50s. The weather warms up over the weekend. Cloudy skies Saturday, but we're 64. We're almost 70. With the back half of October, that's pretty warm for Sunday.
So you can get out and rake those leaves after they're dry.
Let them dry out first.
Yikes. Are you a Tully's fan?
I am, yes.
Well, guess what? You might not have to drive 45 minutes to Syracuse to get that